Right, welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. This is a big exclusive to Variety. It's DC films, plots, future, Superman, Green Lantern, R-rated movies, etc, etc. I might do a few videos on this article because it's quite in-depth, but I wanted to touch on the main one, Superman, and what they've been looking to do with it. I mean, you can see from the title of the video. It's quite crazy, to be honest, and I'm not. I just mean crazy from the perspective of, like, how do you not know what to do with Superman? So I thought whether we'd take this deep dive in and just have a good old look, because there's been chatter about this for so long, ridiculous amount of time. We've also had talk more recently, actually, from Henry Cavill saying how he's not done quite yet with the cape and he wants to wear it again, and basically, he's still trying to assert that he is Superman still, and I think that's kind of tentative, really. I don't think it's set in stone, put it that way. And I think this article kind of confirms that as well. And again, take it with a pinch of salt. And yes, I know there's a weird light on my face, soz. But take this all with a pinch of salt, because of course, you know, who knows, right? But I'm inclined to believe it based off of everything that we've seen. So it says. This is obviously further down in the article, because there's a lot in here, like an awful lot. Now it says the studio has less clarity on what to do with Superman, a character who has now been rebooted 2 different times in the last 13 years. Once with Brandon Routh, Superman Returns, and later with Henry Cavill, which is obviously Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Justice League. Now, without landing on a winning strategy, that's with the reboots. But I would say that they do have... Henry Cavill's a good Superman. He's just been written bad. I think, for like the wider masses, don't agree with it anyway. So, I definitely think they've got a good one in Henry Cavill. They just need to get better writers and better directors for him. Now, Superman has also appeared frequently on television in shows such as Lois and Clark and Smallville. Side note, they're looking to do a new... like Lois and like early days Superman, but not. It was like a Lois and Lex Luthor movie or series. It's just, I think that's still going ahead. I think that's on the CW of all places. Now, and then obviously on Smallville, which has led to some fears at Warner's that the market could be oversaturated with hot takes on all things Clark Kent. And yeah, I can see why. But then, having said all of that, this is still the same company that has licensed out to the CW multiple different versions of Superman, multiple like Supergirls, and you've also had a Krypton prequel series. Like, what? So I accept that, yes, the market could be washed out, but Jesus Christ. Like, you're building a rod for your own back here, right? I mean, yeah, I'm not the only one. Now it says, to help find a way to make Superman relevant to modern audiences, Studio Brass has been polling lots of high-profile talent. And here we go, here's the laughable part. There have been discussions with J.J. Abrams, whose company, Bad Robot, recently signed a massive first-look deal with the studio. Now that was interesting for a few reasons, because we thought they were going to be moving on those kind of projects, and the deal was huge. I think it was somewhere in the region of like 500 million, 500 million plus. It was just insane. That's a huge deal. And then we also get confirmation, and there was a meeting with Michael B. Jordan earlier this year with the Creed star, pitching Warner's on a vision for the character. However, this is where it's interesting, Jordan isn't ready to commit to taking on the project, since filming doesn't seem likely to happen for several years. And he has a full dance card of projects. Now, let's take a look at that, for instance, right? This is where we undoubtedly know a lot of the problems has come from, right? You've got a huge company like Warner Brothers. Huge, massive company. Now, they believe the market is saturated. So let's just run down like the chain of events. They believe the market is saturated. Okay, I buy that. Of course, yeah, it is saturated. So what do? They then start to have meetings with lots of high-profile talent as a way of trying to make Superman relevant. Now, this is desperation, because they believe the market's saturated, they believe that they've failed a few times, and they need to create something new and exciting. So that's the reason why they got Michael B. Jordan in. To have a black Superman. Is that a way to make Superman relevant? You really do start to question like the chain of events and the decisions. That's a bad reason to have a black Superman. Now, there has been, if I remember rightly, there has been a black Superman. And I don't particularly care about a black Superman. Fine, because it can be set on multiple different timelines, different universes. It really doesn't matter. But it's the motivation behind it that matters, because that, to me, would signify that the film would probably not be very good. Because it's utter desperation. And again, if you get the likes of J.J. Abrams on board, who just loves to create mystery boxes, that's going to be bad as well. That's going to be terrible. But interestingly enough, and thankfully enough, Michael B. Jordan is the one that actually isn't ready to commit. Although it sounds like from this, with the way the phrasing is that Warner Brothers was. So that's why we started to hear so much chatter about it. Now again, it's the motivation behind the Black Superman that's the problem there. And also just the fact that, how do you not know what to do with Superman? Of all people, how do you not know what to do with Superman? Like, he's very easy to write. And you've got a good one. Henry Cavill's a good Superman. He looks the part. He's monstrously big. He really is a good Superman. He just needs to be written better and directed better. But to kind of clutch at straws and just, I don't know, pull a race card and all this kind of crap, it's just bizarre. It's a really, really strange way to kind of handle yourself. Now, insiders think that a new Superman film is unlikely to hit screens before 2023. Now, could that be reliant on the fact that actually they are looking to get Michael B. Jordan back? Potentially. Now, it also says given that there's no script and no director attached. But it also means that we don't even have a Superman at this point in time. As per this, anyway, there is no Superman. They're looking to get a new one in, which is baffling. Now, I will touch on this a little bit further, because there's some other bits down here which I think are interesting. But like I said, if you want me to break down other parts of this article, just let me know down below in the comment section, because it is a really interesting article. And you can find it for yourself. It's on Variety. But the other thing that they go on to say is that internally, insiders are quick to credit Walter Hamada, the long-time New Line executive who was brought on board in 2018 as president of DC Films, with helping to plot a new, more sustainable course for the DC cinematic universe. He's credited with having a strong sense of story and with keeping a firm eye on the bottom line, reining in budgets so productions don't go off the rails, famously Justice League. It also helps that he is closely aligned with Warner Bros. Chief Toby Emmerich. Now, with both men having worked together on past New Line hits such as It, The Conjuring, insiders believe that under the former regime of top DC film executives John Berg and Jeff Johns and DC Entertainment head Diane Nelson, there were too many decision makers involved, which makes sense, leading to a lack of clear vision. They also maintain that Warner Brothers erred by initially rushing movies in the hopes of making release dates that had been snapped up before scripts were even fully in place. Pretty clear that that was the case. Emmerich has made writing the DC ship a key priority since taking control of the studio in 2017, which would make sense. It's a huge property. You can make so much money with it. So yeah, why would they not? Now, like I said, I can continue on this in another video. Just let me know down below, because there are some other key bits. Look, it's a relatively big article, but I just wanted to throw out the bits in here about Superman. There's also some bits about Birds of Prey and just Batman as a property as well. But look, like, do you agree with me? Superman is not hard to write, and that the fact that it seems to be that Henry Cavill is out and that Warner Brothers just has utterly no idea what to do with them. It's a bad motivation. All of that spells disaster when you're then clutching at straws and desperate just to try and get it to go again. And that's when you kind of launch for the Black Superman. That's bad motivation in my eyes, anyway. Not because of Black Superman, but because the story behind it might not be very good. And that's what matters, right? Because a film is a story. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please do let me know down below in the comment section. If you are new here, make sure you hit subscribe. You can stay up to date on the world of pop culture and movie news by hitting the bell notification icon. If you want to stay, basically deep dives like this, make sure you hit the bell notification icon. It really does help me out. And also you guys, because you're not being notified. If you want to support the channel further and you want to cop yourself some merch in the process, then there is Teespring underneath every single video and Patreon link down below in the description box. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I haven't missed the age. Take care.